Okay, let's just dive right into one of history's most dramatic and honestly pivotal moments, the fall of a great imperial capital. We're going to head back to 311 AD to witness an event that didn't just shatter an empire, it completely reshaped the course of Chinese history forever. Just listen to these words for a second. The sky fell, the earth split, and the heart of the world was torn out. Now, those aren't my words. They're from someone who actually lived through this. You can just feel the sheer shock, the apocalyptic scale of it all in that one sentence. This wasn't just another battle. For the people there, it was literally the end of their world. Luoyang. For the Jin dynasty, this city was everything. It was the center of the universe, a shining jewel of culture, power, and imperial might. So it really begs the question, right? How could a city that stood as the beacon of an empire for decades be so completely and utterly wiped out? To figure that out, we're actually going to start at the end. We're starting with the terrifying climax of the story, the very moment the capital itself burned to the ground. I mean, just try to picture the scene. The incredible imperial palaces, these grand centers of government, are just engulfed in flames. The city's defenses, which everyone thought were impenetrable, are completely crushed. The streets are pure chaos. Citizens are running for their lives while Xiongnu horsemen are just tearing through the avenues, totally unchecked, spreading destruction everywhere. But here's the thing. A catastrophe like this, an inferno of this magnitude, doesn't just happen overnight. It needs fuel. And believe me, the Jin dynasty had been piling up that fuel for years. To really get it, we have to look at the deep, deep cracks that had formed in the empire's foundation long before a single wall was ever breached. This timeline here, it really shows how all these factors created a perfect storm. First, you've got a devastating 15-year civil war, the War of the Eight Princes, that just bleeds the military dry. Then, while the empire is tearing itself apart, widespread famine and plague sweep across the land, creating these huge waves of desperate refugees. And right on cue, the Xiongnu, a powerful northern people, see all this weakness and think, yep, this is our moment. And let's be really clear about this War of the Eight Princes. This was the empire literally ripping itself to shreds from the inside. We're talking princes fighting other princes for the throne, draining the treasury, and marching the empire's best legions against each other. Honestly, the worst wounds the Jin ever suffered were totally self-inflicted. By the time it was over, the empire was just a hollowed-out shell. And, a hollowed-out shell is basically an open invitation for outside forces. All that internal weakness is exactly what allowed this so-called barbarian tide to swell and build up, leading to the final fatal confrontation. And this slide, it just perfectly illustrates the fatal mismatch. On one side, you have the Jin Empire, led by a weakened, embattled emperor with troops who are exhausted, demoralized, and probably hadn't even been paid in months. And on the other side, the Xiongnu. They're united under one charismatic leader, with warriors who are fired up by the promise of victory and plunder. It was a collision that was just bound to happen. So, with the empire completely crippled from within and a powerful, motivated enemy at the gates, the capital, Luoyang, wasn't a fortress anymore. It was a prize that was just ripe for the taking. The final assault was just methodical and absolutely devastating. First, the gates fall. The city's last defenders are just cut down. Then comes the looting. We're talking centuries of imperial wealth, libraries of priceless knowledge, all of it gone, either stolen or burned. And then, the ultimate humiliation, the emperor himself is captured. The living symbol of the dynasty is now a prisoner of war. You see, the fall of the city wasn't just the end of a battle. No way. It was the end of an entire era. And from the ashes of that empire, a new, much more fractured world was about to emerge. Over 30,000. Just let that number sink in. That's the estimated number of officials, nobles, and members of the court who were killed or captured in the Fall of Luoyang. This wasn't just a military defeat. It was the complete decapitation of the entire Jin government. A whole generation of leadership, of knowledge, just wiped out. And the long-term consequences? They were staggering. This event marks the definitive end of the Western Jin dynasty. What came next was nearly 300 years of division and constant warfare. Northern China wouldn't be ruled by a Han Chinese dynasty again for centuries. And the psychological shock, the idea that the very heart of the world could be torn out, that echoed for generations. So yeah,
The Fall of Luoyang is a story of fire, steel, and tragedy, but it leaves us with a much bigger question, doesn't it? When a great capital city is destroyed, what's truly lost? Is it the buildings and the people? Or is it the very idea that city represented? The idea of order, of unity, of civilization itself?